Hey everyone, Alafia, peace and blessings, love and light to everyone. So I just wanted to come on here and first of all, my name is Oshun Muiwa, and also known as Mama Magical to some of you. I just wanted to come on here very briefly to talk about a couple of things. First of all, I want to talk about spiritual gifts very quickly. Know that everyone's spiritual gifts are not going to manifest in the same way. And what I mean by that, right, is if you have two card readers, two mediums standing next to each other, 9 out of 10, the way that each of them deliver their messages through spirit will not be the exact same. We are all vessels, yes, and that's because our spirits know best how to communicate with us. They know best how we will get the message and be able to convey that message to someone else. So I really think that that's important for people to know, because when people get into mentorship programs, like even tell my students, we are not all going to read the same. Don't think that you're going to read like Mama Magical. I'm not going to read like you. And it doesn't make one better than the other. It's just our own unique set of gifts, and it's our own unique way of sharing and expressing those gifts. So that's very important to know. Do not ever compare yourself to someone else in the way they read divine, use their psychic senses, mediumships. It's all going to manifest uniquely and differently in different people rather. So that's another thing. Don't get too caught up in that, trying to, be a certain type of diviner or medium and things of that nature. That's very important. So I kind of wanted to make sure I come in with that first. Secondly, I kind of want to talk about us that like to do spiritual workings, do spiritual spells, so to speak, and things like that. Please, guys, be very, very careful with those things, especially around this time of year. The veil is very thin. We just came out of a full moon. We're still in that energy, plus an eclipse, and then we have Halloween tomorrow. So you really want to be careful if you're going to be doing your candle work, if you're going to be making doing it, whatever you're into. Make sure, guys, you know what you're doing. It is very important before you tap into that spiritual realm that you are well versed and you know what you're doing. And with that being said, I spoke on this before. Don't always think you have to have these big elaborate rituals, right? you know um all that means nothing. And first of all, you don't even believe in your work and you don't know what you're doing. So I just want to make sure that I make that a point. It's okay to sit home, take a bath, journal. That is a ritual. Manifest what you want to happen, within the next 3 to 6 months or even up to a year. All those things, just connect, and don't think that you have to go out here and do the absolute most, because you do not. A lot of spiritualists don't, especially ones that have been doing this for a while. They don't feel like they have to jump on any trends. Oh my God, the new moon, the full moon is coming. We have an eclipse. We gotta make sure we light our, candles. We gotta go in the backyard. We gotta burn this and do that. All of chant this and chant that. All of that is okay. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But a lot of people fall victim, that to know thyself is the beginning of wisdom. Know yourself, learn yourself inside out. Anything that you need to work on as far as your outlook on life, if you're a positive person or a pessimistic person, figure those things out, right? That's where you want to start with first. That's very important. And then I would say, get to know your spiritual courts. And I would start with my ancestors, learning your ancestors. What do they feel like? How do they communicate with you? So you see, stuff like that is very important before you start dabbling into spiritual work and trying to call yourself someone that is just into metaphysicals and things like that. You need to know what your own spirits feel like, how they communicate with you. Because when it comes to you getting to a point in your journey where you want to work with other deities and ascended masters and all these things that people are into, you need to know the difference. You need to be able to decipher the difference when this is my people stepping in, these are my ancestors stepping in, versus this something else. This is something else. This is not my ancestors. I know how they feel. This is not my spiritual court. My spiritual guides, I know what they feel like. It's very important because they have something called masquerading spirits and trickster spirits that would try to come with the mask on. And if you don't know better, you'll think that you're talking to Grandma Susie, great grandma, Mary, and you talking to something that was never even human. And next thing you know, you're having all these crazy things going on in your house. And speaking of house, that's another thing. Cleanse your house, y'all. A lot of people, I hope I'm not rambling too much, but a lot of people like to do all this spell work. They like to invite all these spirits and energies into their space, but their space is not cleansed. Just like you need a spiritual bath, your house needs a spiritual cleanse. That's another thing. Making sure that you have a nice cleansed space and area, because what you are calling on, the energy that is already in your area is going to match those spirits that come. So if you have a dirty house, a cluttery house, you want to clear all that up. That's very, very important. And not to get too deep, but I will also say, do a spiritual head wash, because faith without works is dead. What that would do is help to uplift your thoughts. It will help you to see things more clearly. It will wash away any confusion. So I always recommend this to